Hello, welcome to Stem Cell University. I am Katana.
And I am Patty. Our Stem Cell University channel is here for educational purposes only. We do not intend to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. Always consult with a physician or other qualified healthcare provider before embarking on a new treatment, product to use, diet, or fitness plan.
Welcome, Bob Campbell.
Hi, how are you girls this morning?
Very good. Thank you.
Doing awesome. We appreciate you giving us your time. And I would like to know, how did you find this technology?
Well, it's interesting. I guess everybody could say that when they find this, but my business partner, Amy Holmesy, and I have been into natural health for a while. Amy's been into natural health for over 30 years. And I have to be honest, I used to poo-poo everything she said for the first 10 years because I was caught up in the Western medicine aspect. And then gradually she finally wore me down. And then I came to the realization, oh my goodness, you know, we have such a great opportunity. Well, we have used different modalities in natural health, and a friend of ours that we knew who's also in natural health introduced us to the patches. And Amy and I both started using the X39 patch, and within the first 7 to 10 days, my energy level doubled. Now I'm 73, so my doubling that, I didn't have much energy, to be honest with you. So that was amazing to me. And within the first 7 to 10 days, Amy, who has fibromyalgia, she said that her pain dropped in half. And she said to me, she goes, Bob, if we don't share this with people, it's criminal. And that has been our attitude ever since probably the 10th day we were on the patches. And we didn't know anything about making money or anything about that. We just felt, oh my goodness, we could help so-and-so, we could help so-and-so. We just thought of so many people that we could help with this product, and we started sharing it. So in the first 7 to 10 days, I said my energy level doubled. Well, one of the reasons I was always tired, I didn't sleep well. And about 6 to 7 weeks in, and I'm sorry I can't be more definitive, but I never expected any of this to happen. So I'm not sure what the timeline was. I know it was within 6 to 7 weeks, and all of a sudden I started sleeping 6 to 6.5 hours straight through. Prior to that, I would sleep an hour, be up for an hour, sleep an hour, be up for 2. And that's been going on since I was a teenager. I literally have had no energy getting up in the morning my whole life. So I started to sleep 6 to 7 hours, and now my energy was through the roof. Plus, at that time, being in my 70s, I had brain fog. And I didn't always think correctly. And then all that brain fog went away. It has never come back. So then I have energy. When I wake up in the morning, girls, I have to tell you, it's so amazing. I wake up and I'm clear-minded and I'm ready to go. Literally am ready to go. And I can go all day long. I used to take, because I was always tired and didn't sleep well, I would take 2-hour, 2.5-hour naps just to get through the day. And now at 73, I don't even have to take a nap. I can if I want to, but I generally don't have the time anymore because I'm doing stuff. So it works out amazingly well. And then I got prostate cancer. They found it 14 years ago. And for 12 of those 14 years, I had to take a little red pill every day to be able to urinate. If I didn't take that pill, I could not urinate at all. Ooh. That was for 12 years, every single day. Now, I don't know how it happened, but twice I literally forgot to take that pill, 2 mornings. Both times by 11 a.m., I ended up in the emergency room and I had to have a catheter. So anyway, when I say that I could not go to the bathroom, I didn't even, and I hope this isn't too much information, I didn't even drip. I couldn't get anything to come out. So anyway, that's the importance of that pill. So about 3.5 months on the patch on the X39, and one day my flow, I'm still on the pill, but my flow is very strong. The next day it's very strong again, and I'm thinking, well, this is very intriguing. I wonder if I dare stop taking that pill. But my curiosity said, you got to stop. You got to see what's going to happen. I stopped taking that pill. Ladies, after 12 years, every single day, I've never had to take that pill again. I urinate like I'm in my 30s. Yes, it deserves a clap because to a man, that's fantastic. And I used to get up every night 4 to 6 times to go to the bathroom for years and years and years and years and years, 4 to 6 times. Now I get up once,
Wow.
and that's it. And some nights I don't even have to get up. I sleep that 6 hours, 6.5 hours straight through. So that's been fantastic. And then I played a lot of sports, and I was a mailman for 20 years. And that was back when you had to carry a 50-pound satchel and you walked everywhere through the yards and things. And I stepped in a few holes and twisted my knees and hurt my feet and ankles and stuff. So anyway, long story short, I've had 7 foot surgeries and 5 knee surgeries. The first one was in 1978. But every time I'd have a surgery, the pain would always come back. And my pain was so severe in my feet at one time that for 3 years, I slept with my feet dangling over the end of the bed. If my feet touched the bed at all, the heel, the side, the toes, anything, the pain was too severe for me to actually sleep. And people don't understand that. So until I got here, I never told anybody that because no one would believe it. I couldn't stand for more than 1 minute, and I was a mailman, without severe pain. So anyway, I had one knee replaced. The other one was scheduled for replacement. And of course, I got on the patches. I also had arthritis in my hands. I could not wear my ring for about, at least 10 years because of the arthritis in my hands. I couldn't get it over the knuckle. And about 6 months on X39, and I got no results. My feet pain, my knee pain, the arthritis, nothing happened. And I'm thinking, well, I've had this pain for well over 40 years. It's just not going to go away. But I was very thankful that everything else had happened so far, right? And the 7th month, I get up one morning to go to the bathroom, and I go to the bathroom, I come back, and I sit on the bed to get dressed, and I'm thinking, something is different. What's different? And I realized for the first time in 40 plus years, I had no pain, no stiffness, no swelling anywhere in my body, nowhere. And it has never come back. After 40 plus years of excruciating pain and stiffness in my hands and arthritis, it's all gone. That has been now 2 years and almost 4 months. And I have had zero pain in the last 2 years and 4 months. None. It's impossible. It is almost impossible for me to believe, and I'm experiencing it. At the age of 73, oh, by the way, all the collagen has grown back in my knees. I don't need the operation anymore. Yeah. The doctor, of course, can't believe it. And he goes, why is that? And I said, well, because of this little patch. And I pulled the patch from beside my neck. I said, I finally found something that really helped. And he didn't say anything. And I said, it works on the theory like sunlight goes into our body and creates vitamin D, but nobody has ever explained how that happened, but it's light. And so I asked him, I said, how does light create vitamin D? And he couldn't tell me. And he didn't know that it activates a peptide, which happens, right? And I said, well, the patch works the same way. I said, you place it on your body, anywhere on your body. I put it on the C7 because that's an acupuncture meridian. I said, but the heat and light coming off of our body activate the organic crystals in the patch, and when they're activated, they send a light back into our body, similar to the sunlight, but it's a different frequency. Instead of activating vitamin D, it activates and regenerates dormant stem cells that are in your body. The body then takes the stem cells and begins to heal itself. And the body knows where to heal. It's not going to necessarily heal what you wanted. Like I wanted my knees and my feet and my hand pain to go away, but it took 7 months. And now it's all gone and it has never come back. My doctor, I said, you want some information? You know what he told me? He put his glasses on the end of his nose, and I was sitting on the exam table. And he said, he goes, Bob, those types of things have a placebo effect. Very condescendingly, he said this to me. And I said, really? And he goes, yes. And I said, and he was standing right in front of me. I asked him to step back a little ways, and he stepped back, and he had forgotten that he had to help me up on that exam table for at least 10 years because my knees were so bad I couldn't make that first step and put my weight on there. He used to have to give me his arm so I could brace myself to get up on that exam table. That's how bad my knees were. And he used to have to help me down off of there too. I would try to slide down off, but he would give me his arm. And I said, would you mind stepping back? And he did. I hopped off the table by myself, got down on my knees, and hopped straight back up and sat back on the table. And I said, would you mind telling me about that placebo effect again? Anyway, long story short, I won't make it long, but it was really gratifying because when he wouldn't take the information, I fired him.
Good.
And I told him, I said, the fact that you don't want any information on this tells me one of two things. One is either you don't care about my genuine health or the health of your patients, or two, you've been brainwashed by the pharmaceuticals to the point that you don't even have the self-awareness to know it.
Very good.
I said, in either case, I said, you can never be my physician again. And I said, you'll never see me again. And I walked out. And it was a great feeling, but I was very sad that he wouldn't accept what had happened to me. So I also told him, by the way, I don't need to take that little pill you've been prescribing me for 12 years so I can urinate. I said, I don't need that any longer either. And he didn't even make a comment. He said nothing to me. Yeah.
What a robot.
He was so brainwashed. Yeah. So brainwashed. So sad.
That's the sad part about the pharmaceutical area is that, they've got them in that space.
Yeah, they market it very well to the Western medicine. Western medicine buys into all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm sure they get a nice kickback every time we're ordering their drugs. So it's very sad. But then the last thing that happened, which is of note, is being a mailman in the sunshine in the state of Florida for 20 years and being a man and not being smart enough to put sunscreen on my arms or my hands. I developed precancerous white scabs all over my arms, my hands, and my fingers on both of them. And there were a couple hundred of these little white scabs. And I finally went to the doctor, cancer doctor at Moffitt Cancer Center in Tampa. And they said, if we don't burn those off, when they turn into cancer, you will have less than 3 years to live. So we had to burn them off. So they burn them one at a time. It's the most painful thing I've ever dealt with in my life. And I was brought up that you don't cry. I had tears streaming down the corners of my eyes, one at a time, burned it. I left there, they put gauze on, and they put lotions or whatever the cream was. And I forget how long it took to heal, but they all came back. I had to have them all burned off again. I didn't want to do it. It was, again, so painful. Went through it a second time, right? They all came back again. Luckily, I had been on the patches, and I was putting it off. I was putting off getting them burned off because I didn't want to suffer that pain. Honestly, girls, worst pain I've ever dealt with, even after all my foot surgeries, my knee surgeries, nothing compared to this. And I put it off and put it off, and then I got on the patch. So about 18 to 20 months in, I'm not sure when, again, I out of the shower one day and I'm drying off, and I looked down at my arms and I realized all of the scabbing was gone. All of the little white scabs everywhere was gone. I had one left on my left hand. It was, I don't know, it's been there for almost a year later, and now it's finally leaving me. But that one little bugger.
Did they give you an analysis of what you had? What was that?
Yes, but I never paid any attention. Okay. Only thing I was concerned about is if I didn't get them burned off, that I'd had less than 3 years to live. So as a man, I don't know about most men, I don't pay attention. I just want the end result. Tell me what's going to happen. I don't care what the name of it is. I don't care anything about that.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just amazing. That's all gone. And it's just so hard for me to understand. After all the time I've been here, and of course, you know that you hear these testimonials that make you cry. My testimonial is nothing compared to some of the testimonials.
Your testimony is huge. Look at you. You bounced back. You have a new life.
I lost 15 pounds too, by the way. And
yes,
at 73, I'm playing basketball.
And it's interesting how you're saying your age, 73. I really have to interject because a lot of people are thinking, oh, this is going to work in 2 months, in 3 months. And I have a lot of clients that are just, oh, nothing's happening. But you do need to do for every 10 years that you are alive, you have to use it for that month. So that 7D, that 7 month really kicked in more. That's very important to know.
Yes. Yeah, it took 7 months, and I'd given up in the 6th month. I just thought, okay, it's not going to help all that pain. And then the 7th month, and I don't remember again whether it was the second or the third week. I just remember it was the 7th month. But for me to have all this stuff go off of my hands and my arms, it took 18 to 20 months. So it just shows it continually is working to improve you. And the 15 pounds I lost, I didn't change anything. I didn't exercise more. I didn't eat less. The body started balancing itself, and I guess I didn't need as much food. So don't ask me why, how. All I know is it did it. It just did it.
And what were you using? What patches were you using?
X39.
That's it.
The end.
Yeah. Oh, that's marvelous. Easy.
Yeah. Yes. Now, since David Schmidt introduced the X49, I wear that. And then David Schmidt said that he always wears the X39 and the Eon. There'll never be a day he doesn't. And so I started to wear the Eon in the evening. I wear the X39 and the X49 during the day. And then I wear the Eon. And guys or girls, I apologize.
No, that's okay.
But
okay.
I'm getting a little vain in my old age, and I'm using the Alavita.
Yay! I love the Alavita.
Now, here's the interesting thing. I live in a complex of condominiums, and we have a nice big pool, and I go over to the pool, and there's 2 ladies that sit at the pool every day. And so every time I go there, they're there. I don't go there that often. But so they said to me one day, they go, Bob, your skin. Now I was out in the sun all day yesterday, so I'm all red, pinky, because I had red hair. I have fair skin, red hair at one time. Oh, by the way, so I don't know if you can see it, but my little hairs are starting to grow back on the top of my little head too, my little bald head. I was completely bald.
Oh.
So it's kind of interesting. So anyway, the two ladies go, your skin, what are you doing to your skin? And they asked me if they could touch my skin. Now, I'm not noticing anything, obviously, because I don't pay attention. But I charged them both $5. But yeah, they could touch. No, I didn't. But I told them they $5 a piece to touch it. But so they touched my skin. They became customers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? And people
That
that know
is.
me from the past and the way I used to hobble with
Mhm.
my knees and my feet,
Mhm.
they're just amazed. They're just amazed. And I was playing basketball at my community center 2 weeks ago, and there was nobody else there. So if I'd shoot, I still can't make a shot, by the way, but if I would shoot, it'd come off and I'd go run it down, right? Now I'm not running like a 30-year-old, but I'm running it down. And this lady who had to be 60, 65-ish, she said, stopped. She was walking into, they were having a meeting at the community center, and she stopped and she goes, do you mind if I ask you your age? And I said, yeah, I'm 73. And she goes, how are you doing that? And I said, well, 10 years ago, I couldn't. And it was true. 10 years ago, I could barely walk up and down the stairs to my second floor condo. And now if I want, I can run those stairs for exercise.
Amazing.
So all this stuff sounds crazy. And to
It's
me, I
true.
still look at it in awe. I'm still in awe. This David Schmidt is a genius.
Well, and this is regenerative science. So
yes,
the regenerative science is a thing, and it's finally here on our planet. So let's think about it. We're always looking for something better to better ourselves. But now that we have this, it's really hard for people to understand what it is. We really
yes.
have to be an advocate to explain how we feel.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it sounds way too good to be true. All these stories sound way too good to be true.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
excuse me 1 second.
Absolutely. We know you're very busy.
Actually, I'm not as busy as everyone thinks. So I generally put about 10 to 12 hours into my LifeWave business a week. So
That's not bad. That's not.
I do
No.
24/7. Sorry.
If
Yeah.
everybody's coming to you to ask you, Bob, what are you doing? It makes it a lot easier because
well,
they
it
don't
does.
understand.
It does, Katana. I will say this. I also, if I see somebody struggling to get out of their car, or if I see somebody limping going into a store, if I see them hunched over, if I see them straining to get something off a shelf, I always offer to help them. And then I say to them, I say, I used to have the same struggles that you do, but I finally found something that has taken all that away and given me my health back. And they go, really? And so I don't say I found X39. I don't say I found LifeWave. I just say I finally found something that has given me my health back.
Yeah, because it makes them want to know more.
Yep.
And I have been in the doctor's office with my father when he's had those spots burned off.
Yes.
And he would tell me it takes a manly man to endure that pain. I was like, Dad, there's no way that this is like right, because you can smell it burning.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
not my youngest, but my oldest brother Dennis goes through this, and I've talked to him about the patches, and he's like, it's unnatural, it can't be natural. And I was like, okay, I love you, I'm just waiting for you.
Yeah. Well, I always tell people that one of the things, almost every man over the age of 50 has prostate issues of some sort. And the fact that I was getting up to go to the bathroom 4 to 6 times every night, gosh, you can't get a good sleep. That's why I was always tired, and then the pain as well. So to be able to sleep and only get up once or none even is
A
incredible.
miracle.
Yeah.
This
It
is a
truly is a
miracle technology.
Yeah. You have to be open-minded. A lot of people just aren't open-minded, and you get set in your ways. And thankfully, and I was like I was didn't listen to Amy for 10 years. So to say, you know, I was a goof. So,
Hey, you
but
got
now
on.
yeah, but now I understand. But yeah, everybody always asks me, well, what patches were you on? X39, the end, for all that stuff to happen.
Bare bones.
Yeah.
And you
Down
didn't
to
do
the bare
the
bones.
energy, you didn't do the glutathione, you just said, I'm just going to
I've
put.
still never done those. I've still never done those.
Oh, very interesting.
Just
But that's okay.
straight on.
Yeah, I just do
People.
X39, X49, Eon, and I will do carnosine for my heart.
Oh, very good.
Because I had about, I forget how many years ago it was, just a few, but I did a full body scan, and they said you have a little heart issue. Now again, I didn't listen to what they said. All I heard was heart issue. They explained it, but I didn't hear anything. So I know that the carnosine helps the heart and the telomeres, and so I started wearing the carnosine. So I will wear that. But that's it. X39, 49, Eon. Anybody who doesn't wear X39, X49, and Eon, they're cheating themselves, I believe. You know, but
I
if you
believe
could
so
only,
too.
yeah, if you and I will tell you this, ladies, this is an aside, but I actually retired at the age of 48, and the reason you don't retire at the age of 48. When I retired at the age of 48, it was 1998, and my retirement from the post office was $685 a month.
Oh.
I even had the president of the union for the state of Florida, the postal union. He and the shop steward came to me and said, "Are you sure you want to retire?" Because they're concerned about my financial state. Well, luckily, I had started investing in real estate when I was 20 years old. And because of that, I had saved, and I don't mean this to brag because I thought everybody was doing this because it just made logical sense to me. But I had saved about $350,000, and I had paid off my rental properties and paid off my house. So I had no bills. And back in 1998, 350 grand is probably the equivalent of maybe 850,000 now. Right?
Now it's nothing.
And I'm conservative on what I do, you know, so I'm not, Amy calls me cheap. I call it thrifty.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so, you know, then illness, my mom got dementia and my son got 4 herniated discs in his back. And I had to take care of them and wanted to take care of them financially because I didn't want my mom going to a nursing home.
Yeah.
So I took care of her. And then I had to hire a nurse to come in to help me, which was $270 a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. And then I had to pay for my son when he got hurt. It was a freak accident. He turned his torso to shut a door behind him and herniated 4 discs. So it wasn't on the job. So he lost his job and he had no insurance.
Ooh.
So I took care of that. Western medicine gave him oxycodone for his pain and Xanax for his sleep issues, and he became drug addicted.
Ooh.
So I paid for all the drug aspect, trying to get rehab. Thankfully, since we found the patches, he's now 8 months sober for the first time.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, at least, I think it's been 14 years that he got hurt. So,
Wow.
so anyway, so God bless David Schmidt and this patch because, you know, I've almost lost my son on a couple of occasions.
Wow.
And now he's back. So he his son is 9 years old. He'll be 10 shortly. But when his son was born, he couldn't even lift the baby. That's how bad his back was.
Oh, poor thing.
And now my grandson weighs 65 pounds. And my son, since he's been on the patches, picks him up and throws him around like a football at 65 pounds. and couldn't lift him when he was born.
This
It
is
was heartbreaking. So Western medicine made him a drug addict, and now X39 has got him off. So I don't, you know, I don't mean to be rude, but I can't stand Western medicine.
Well, that's why we're making this video. That's why we're doing this channel, so we can really awaken people, because we also want to have a platform. You know, we're very thankful for this technology. It's changed my life. It's changed my family's life, Katana's, and we are running to alert a lot of people because we're looking to change this world.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have an obligation. I feel it's our obligation to share this with others, because if you knew about this and didn't share it with me, I always say this, and don't take it wrong, but I'd strangle you.
Yeah. Yeah. How dare you?
Yes. Yes. How dare you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seem to have problems with my family, and they're like,
Yes.
oh, you don't know anything. And that is like the
Correct.
worst. And also Katana, we talk all the time and we just can't get them to understand it or even look at it or even get it through their heads.
Right.
You know, it's always like, oh, you're dumb. You don't know anything.
Yeah.
So,
Well, all my friends are the same way. I mean, my friends and relatives, same exact way. What do you know about stem cells, Bob? You barely graduated high school. What do you know about stem cells? So here's a way to change all that. If you don't mind me sharing,
yes.
This is the way to get around all that. You simply go to somebody, relatives or friends, and see what, so that you know, they know we're not experts, and they've all seen all the stupid stuff we've done in life. They've seen us eating breakfast across from us when the egg fell on our clothing, you know, because we couldn't get it in our mouth correctly. So, you know, so they remember all that. So you don't have any credibility with them.
Yeah.
They love you, but you don't have any credibility. So what you say is, hey, Katana, I need a favor from you. Ask them for a favor. They will do a favor for you because they love you. And Katana's going to say, I want you to look at something because I need your opinion on this before I do anything.
You know what? Actually, I did that
I
to
need your
my
opinion.
uncle.
Now, when you
did
say
that
I
to
need
my
your
uncle.
opinion, what have you said? You just told them I value you. So they're going to be, oh, okay, I'll give you my opinion. Who doesn't want to give their opinion? And even when you don't want it, they want to give you their opinion, right?
That's true.
So if you say, I'd really like to get your opinion on this, then you send them startx39now.com and let them look at it. And then when they look at it, you call them back and you say this sentence. What did you like best about what you saw? And when you do that, that hones in on what appealed to them. And that's what you share. You share. Well, we just had someone that had that same issue or has had great results by doing whatever they say. It's true. You never have to hear the good thing. You never have to embellish. You never have to tell little lies or anything. It's the most amazing thing. That's why it sounds too good to be true. That's why the average person runs from it. A business person, when they hear about something that sounds too good to be true, runs to it because they know it could make them money. But unfortunately, the ratio of regular people to business people is very, very low. But you find a business person and you say to them, I think I need to share something with you. As a business person, you're going to understand this. I finally found something that is life altering.
And it's true.
That's how I feel. I feel that way.
Yeah.
Talking about the cartilage in your knees, I fell out here on ice, straight on the kneecaps, right?
Oh.
Straight down, both knees, hard. And I was never really nice to my knees. You know, I was farm raised and, you know, jumping off of tractors, running after the nephew, brother, crawling around in construction, all of this. Well, when I fell down, I was like, oh, this is not going to be cool trying to get back up. I got up and it was a little slippery. So I was ice skating a little bit on it.
Yeah.
But when I got up and got stable, I was like, what happened? My knees don't hurt. My
Wow.
knees don't hurt.
Yeah.
And then, I walked over to the truck and I'm like, thinking in my head, because it's old programming, thinking this is going to be really bad to walk around the farm. Nope. I came in, did a video about 45 minutes later, and I was like seriously, I'm blown away. I think I regrew my cartilage.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing how it amazes us after all we've seen, and it still amazes us.
Amazing.
It's crazy. It's just crazy. But you just ask for people's opinion that are close to you, and they will give you that's the only chance you have generally to get them to look at the information.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I know you got to get going. We appreciate you so much to take the time to come and see us and spend some time with us.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm happy to share this with anybody and everybody, because as I say, if you didn't share it with me, I'd have to strangle you. So I don't want to do that. I got so many dead bodies in the backyard now. There's no place to put anybody. So just know that it is an obligation. If you care about humanity, it's an obligation.
I agree.
So.
Yeah,
Well,
I saw Amy last night. She was the Parkinson's. It was just made me cry so much.
Oh, the lady Wednesday that had the Parkinson's.
Oh my God.
Wednesday. Oh my gosh, I was bawling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
wanted to commit
better.
suicide. Yeah, she wanted to take her life.
Yeah.
She wanted to take her life. And now she's doing super.
And she can smile. Can you
Yes.
imagine? She can smile.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here I am right now calling. So, okay, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.